So outrageous the toll. You can lose all you have. We refuse to give in to the town that takes all. To survive, you must have the will. How this movie doesn't end the way we want all the time. And he shouts at the moon, she's gone. Fears overcome. He was walking a mile. He was walking alone. All
Hey everybody, welcome to Funk Dunk Play Season 2, Episode 19. Which means it's like officially an episode 2, like 2 episodes too old for Ted Nugent to want to have sex with it. So,
Quick, try to spin some comedy out of that.
I don't think there really is any comedy that can be spun out of that. I mean, that's really a pretty tragic and horrible thing.
Okay.
Well, we're off to a good start then.
When we last left you guys, it was, the town was filled with confusion and extreme hopeful optimism.
Mm.
Yeah, everyone is still some people are kind of worried and trepidatious over what happened with Stately Butt Manor. Other people are curious about the second wizard murder in a very short amount of time, because wizards, as opposed to magic users again, are not human and are viewed pretty much with extreme fear and reverence by most people because they are semi-immortal super beings. And now 2 of them have died in the same building in about a week.
Are there any left?
Yeah, not that you know of in the area. Wizards tend to be very...
It's like 1 per city.
Yeah, they're territorial, is what I was going to say, yeah. Even though, like, you know, you look at Glexine and Bilfador, they were lovers and they didn't even live in the same city.
The town
You know.
ain't big enough for 2 wizards.
So there might be one in Whelp, if we ever go to Whelp. But
So basically what this means is that we have to try to get the Walpians to give us their new wizard so we can kill them. Because we're running out of wizards.
oh, that's later on the list. We got some butts to kill first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because actually, you know, basically you don't know of any other actual wizards.
Oh, no, they're wizards and wizards.
And lizard wizards.
Well, there are magic users.
Yeah.
Yes, wizards. Wizards in a blizzard.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, you don't know of any other wizards, basically because they are an extremely rare people. No one knows even how wizards procreate, because you've never heard of a young wizard. No one's
They're
ever
all
heard of a young
gay.
wizard.
I mean, it's quite difficult.
Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily... They aren't necessarily all gay, but the only 2 you've ever heard of were.
Oh, that's a safe assumption.
It does bring up a point that I brought up on Twitter. I did not mean to introduce and then kill off 4 gay NPCs. I really... That wasn't intentional.
Oops.
I feel like we've accidentally fallen into the bury your gays tropes, where every gay character has to die.
I don't know that we're really celebrating any straight characters, though.
Well, no. But, like, none of the, only one of the gay characters that died really needed to die, like, plot-wise, and that was Bilfador, because that was part of the plot. Glexine... You know, there were a million directions he could have gone.
I didn't kill him because he was gay. I killed him because he betrayed us.
Yeah, I mean, the cooks we didn't even know, so...
Yeah, you had no way of knowing the cooks were a married couple until after that.
That was a retroactive bury your gays.
Yeah. Yeah, so that... But like, it struck me as like, shit, I've officially introduced and buried 4 gay NPCs. What the fuck am I doing?
We just need a higher percentage of female characters, so so the people we kill won't all turn out gay.
Yeah. So from now on, all LGBT characters in this LGBT NPCs in this game world are now all from the planet Krypton, and they cannot be killed.
Okay, cool.
They are the super gays, and they will end up saving the day. The Deus Ex Machina.
Make sure all the butts are straight, then.
There are no gay butts in this campaign.
I don't know why that's so funny. Why? Why is that funny?
Because it's something
gay
a 13-year-old would say. That's why.
I want to make it abundantly clear at this point that this show does not embrace bigotry or homophobia of any kind, but that was funny.
Pretty sure none of us are really straight, so...
No.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, we murdered straight men, too. We murder everyone. We're equal opportunity
Let's
murderers.
see. Okay, let's think. People you've killed. Always shitting his pants. Jeff canonically was straight.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we killed that one. We killed the guy whose destiny was to get eaten by a snake.
Oh yeah. He was straight, but at the same time, he was banned from reproducing.
Yeah.
He was not smart enough.
Oh, he was one of those.
He couldn't. It's not like he was actually banned by the government. It's just he hadn't figured out what hole it went in and like how that worked and where babies came from, no matter how many times you explained it to him.
Oh, sad.
It's not a problem for him now.
Yeah.
No.
No, he's not. He's never going to accidentally procreate now. Like, probably be trying to do his taxes and accidentally knock someone up. I don't know, but not going to happen now. And then after that,
And then there was the little girl. There was the family outside of Gluxine's tower.
yep, the little girl who, at 6 years old, you can't even speculate if she was going to grow up to be gay, straight, or whatever, you know. And the family, given that it was a nuclear family with at least a man, a husband and wife, and some kids, there's at least been some straight sex going on in that family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, so that's a good
so-
ratio, actually.
Yeah, so like we've killed a lot of straight people, but you don't notice them as much because the gay characters stand out more.
Yeah, because the gay characters are way more interesting. Except for the little girl, and she isn't coded as anything. You know, because she's 6.
She would have been Pan, I assume.
More than likely. I believe in season 1's Dave was straight. I didn't have time to make a decision on season 2's Dave. He kind of died quickly.
And there was the
Probably
Dave in
Muddler.
the middle because he was in this plane 3 times.
Yep. 12 minutes in, and I've done nothing but apologize to the audience. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, you started
I'm
off
sorry for
trying to explain
apologizing.
what happened last time, how there was
Yeah.
chaos in the city, and then we rescued Dave,
Yep.
and then we killed Dave to keep him out of the Butts' hands. And then we found out that the Butts, well, also part of the reason for killing him, so we found out the Butts have another Dave who's actually a goat, who we have to find now.
Yep. Yeah, they
But we
have,
got a scout
as
chariot.
far as you know, a goat. You got a scout chariot, which is a very fast, light chariot. It comes equipped with 2 horses.
Mhm.
And also...
The horses will need suits.
These horses, they are wearing already horse vests.
Why, though?
They are... Because they felt really jealous of your owl.
Oh.
And they wanted horse vests. And the sheep approves of those horse vests, by the way. Says they're way better than the owl vests that you
Yeah,
made.
I didn't make those horse vests.
I know you didn't.
Yeah.
That's why
Noticeable.
the sheep think they're better. They actually bought them at a horse vest store.
How do I kill the sheep? How?
But, you know, you have access to this chariot, which is in the... right now it's being housed in the stables in the back bottom floor of the church. Yes, the church has its own stables.
Of course.
Because, remember, it has its own carriages that you took before. Got to keep them horses somewhere.
Any ponies?
No, because this isn't 2012.
Man.
And none of you are wearing a fedora in your mom's basement. Come on, let's go.
It's just so, one or two ponies.
No, all the horses here are very utilitarian.
Okay, fine. Still cute though.
They are adorable horses. And you can tell that back when they were ponies, they were probably adorable too. But they're super good horsies. They're your horse buddies now. Your friends now. All of
Yes.
them.
Didn't even need to cast a spell.
Nope. But yeah, you are basically you've woken up in your private rooms as leaders of the religion. I have discussed the prevalent chatter going on. Most people believe that this meeting between the Stellars and the government of Trask will result in a glorious, wonderful trade deal that's going to help both nations' economies and stuff. Everything's just pretty much there. So many conflicting emotions people are feeling. So yeah, that's what you're waking up to. It's roughly 8:30 in the morning. That meeting is set for around noon, and it is going to be held at the Capitol building, and there's going to be, the press will be there, and there'll be the paparazzi, and, there'll be a shit ton of guards because they're very important people who are going to be there. Basically, the city is going to be on high alert, especially considering those two events that happened last night. The city is going to be on ultra high alert.
Is a circus still in town? There was a circus.
There was a circus in town, and today is its last day. For this particular run they're having here. Yeah.
Do we know where Captain Butt is going to be today?
You don't know. I mean, you can make assumptions if you like, because there are certain facts. His house did burn down last night. Part of it's still there, but none of it is livable. He did lose the anomaly. And if you remember from what the message said about the backup anomaly, was it only the very highest end butts even knew it existed.
So he probably doesn't even have the information.
He probably doesn't even know it exists.
That throws out my plan.
Because he's a mid-level butt.
I was hoping to torture the information out of him.
But my guess as to where he'd be, either A, at the Capitol building because he is one of the chief law enforcement officials, or B, he could theoretically be at the prison because that's where he works, or C, there's a very good chance he is in fact at one of the country estates of the Butt family, quite possibly getting his butt torn open.
Oh.
For, being metaphorically or literally, either one, because, at least as far as he knows, he went out and got drunk, and when he came home, the one thing on the planet that it was his responsibility to take care of was missing, and his house was burning down. That would be viewed as a gigantic failure, and perhaps even a fatal one for a member of the Butt family.
I mean, is there any way we can get intel on where he is? Because if somebody's going to kill him, I want it to be me.
You can, if you want, theoretically, you could go and talk to, the Spy Master.
Okay, yeah, so...
There is a Spy Master.
When I wake up, I'll go to the Spy Master first.
There is a Spy Master.
Yeah!
Interesting.
Let me, I just decided there was. But they have a network of spies. That's been established.
Yeah, they're sending magical messages everywhere, so I figured somebody would have intel on where Captain Butt is.
Yeah. Spy Master, his name is... There's no other way I'm going to end up using this character name. It's one of my favorites. And he is a very interesting man. You don't really know him personally. You've met him before, but you don't have any kind of a... I'm talking to it, by the way. you don't have any kind of an actual. You never had a relationship with much of anyone,
Yeah.
but with him, less than anything else, really, because you weren't necessarily involved in the spying aspects of the job. But he is a very interesting man. He is roughly about 5 feet 7 inches tall. He's just a very weird looking individual. He has long, flowing blonde hair, and he is somewhere between very lithe and very stocky. He has short, kind of stocky limbs, and yet they are incredibly like gentle and smooth. He has very high cheekbones and a large bulbous nose, with weird pointed ears. Give me a what even check would it be to see if you know this about a person you don't really know? How about just an insight check?
That's an 18.
That's an 18. That is very good. You know about him. You have heard through the grapevine in the California sunshine that the spy master, who is a master of spying. I mean, he isn't just in charge of spies. I mean, when he was more active and not in the administrative role, he was the greatest spy that the many ever employed, to the point that he had to stop being active in the field because he was so well known as the world's greatest spy that it became a detriment to his ability to spy, because he became famous for being a spy, which you never want to do when you're a spy.
No, that's not a good idea at all.
He was like so good, it made it so he couldn't do his job anymore. His name is Jesus Hellforge. And given your insight roll, you know that he is actually one of the rarest life forms in this world.
Wizards.
No, he's not a wizard. He's not quite that rare.
Okay. But
he is a half-elf. And that's not the rare part, because, as you know, there are elves. Mr. Silver was an elf. Their elves are not hyper-common, but they're not rare. However, there is one race which is pretty damn rare. Mainly because they were almost completely wiped out about, I'd say about 1,800 years ago in a war over mineral resources. I am talking about the dwarves. There are a frighteningly small amount of the small people. And again, you would know through history class and stuff that back during the Second Kingdom, they went to war against the dwarves to basically take their mines. And the war was very costly on both sides. And then right when it seemed to be over and everything was, seemingly fine, the mountain range in which all the dwarven settlements were primarily there, because that mountain range had great amounts of resources and all of their underground cities were inside the mountains, suffered a severe earthquake that caved in almost every single settlement they had, killing 95% of the dwarven population.
Jesus.
So, to even see a dwarf is really rare. And then a dwarf which ended up as the union between an elf and a dwarf, when elves and dwarves are traditionally racial opposites, and opposites that do not attract. That's even rarer to see a half-elf, half-dwarf. But that's what this dude is.
Oh, I bet he's adorable. And hot.
In fact, I actually have a way to tell how attractive he is. Basically, roll perception.
Roll perception to determine how hot he is. Great.
To determine how hot you find him.
I probably don't care. Perception -1.
Just for flavor.
Sure. Wow. 8. So.
You find him to be completely non-committal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like.
Basically, he looks very exotic. Yes. Because, you've never, honestly, even being a changeling who's, seen many things, he's the only one of his kind you've ever seen. However, he doesn't really do anything for you. and he still managed to look pretty nondescript, despite looking really strange.
Yeah, that's on brand.
I knew you were going to ask if he was hot, because he was part elfish.
Yeah, sure.
So I created
out of character, I know he's hot because,
elf, yeah. And so you have gone to... Y'all have gone to meet Jesus Hellforge.
Yeah, Alyssa walks into his office and says, "Okay, Spy Master, I need you to tell me where I can find Captain Butt and where I can find some of the higher-ranking Butts. It's very urgent."
Well, you definitely came to the right place. Name Jesus Hellforge. Knowing things is what I do.
To the point.
And he extends his hand. He extends his hand to shake your hand.
Alyssa stares at it for a moment and tilts her head and just gives like a very quick shake.
He's more than satisfied with that. More than satisfied. It's all about doing things properly. All right, let me check. Let's see, you probably want more recent reports just because, well, I don't need to tell you. The gentleman is probably not at home. But you already know that, don't you?
Yes, we banded down.
Yeah, did really good work. Shame about Bessie.
Well, I'm sure there'll be some delicious steaks coming out of that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I've got my men on it right now. Some of my best men are trying to secure some of the more choice cuts. As he's talking, as he's going through papers, like, it's not like he's just standing there chatting. He's going through reports. There we go. Yep. Left the city about 25 minutes ago. Heading north to, Casa del Butt. That's where the patriarch of the entire Butt family lives.
So perfect.
If I were you, though, I'd try to, if you're gonna do anything involving Captain Butt, I'd try to get to him before he gets there.
We have a very fast chariot now, thank you.
Yes, I know. It's a very good one, and it came equipped with 2 fine horses. Though I'll tell you, I was a little bit surprised when I found out that one of them didn't like elf porn. I thought all horses did. You learn something new about horses every single day you talk to them, I'm telling you.
I'll take your word on that.
But see, if he makes it to Casa del Butt, you're gonna need an army to get him out of there. That place is locked down tighter than this church.
Well, we'll have an army soon enough.
Yeah, and, you should probably do that quickly. Just because,
Yes, off we go.
he's probably going to arrive there relatively soon.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So I'll just turn around and start heading out to the carriage. Assuming that it will follow.
It follows.
That was a movie. As you're leaving, Mr. Hellforge calls out to you real quick. Says, "By the way, there should be about 6 guards with him, heavily armed, but none of them quite as dangerous as he is, so just plan your day accordingly."
We'll see how well they survive a crashed carriage.
None of them are in it with him. They're all on horseback.
More eldritch blasts, then.
Except for Billy. Billy's afraid of horses, so he's in the carriage with him. So, okay, 5 are on horseback.
Yes, we'll deal with it.
Well, will we now?
Yeah.
Billy's also allergic to soy.
Let's throw some soy at
He
him.
wet his bed until he was 14.
We'll be sure to use that against him.
He's very good. He's very good at his job. God damn it.
He didn't get to be spy master for nothing.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get in the carriage and chase him down and try to drive him off the road.
Like, prepare or something? Like,
No, it sounds
if
like he left 25 minutes ago. We gotta catch him before he gets there, so...
okay,
All our
fuck
spell
it.
slots are fresh.
Yeah.
I figure we'll just do some drive-by shooting on our way there.
Okay.
Okay.
Oof.
Are you bringing Muddler with you?
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, I
Couldn't
guess,
hurt.
yeah. He can drive the carriage while we're shooting spells at all those horses and stuff.
Okay. I am a master of animal handling. Also a master of animal husbandry. Those are 2 very different things. I learned that the hard way.
Delightful.
It was quite traumatizing. I would rather not relive it.
Then why bring it? Forget it.
Okay, so we're gonna drive north and try to intercept that carriage.
Did you find a panflute?
Of course I did. Sorry. Okay. Let me swallow. I mean, I'm sure I did. Right? I did.
Okay. Just checking, because I'm looking at the character sheet I made for Reginald Butt.
Is he weak
Weakness
against
to
panflutes?
No, he has tool proficiencies, panflute.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you for that hint.
He's well known as an actual very talented panflute player.
I can use that. Thank you.
Use that as part of the interrogation.
Okay. You know what road leads directly to Casa del Butt? It's a very famous estate. It's like, you've never been there, but it's kind of like everyone knows where the rich guy in town lives, even if you've never been there. Like, everybody in Bangor knows where Stephen King's mansion is. Yeah, they've just left flaming bags of poop outside the gate. Like who hasn't done that at Stephen King's house? So as you're, zinging down the road as fast as you can, there comes a cloppin', 3 guards in the garb of House Butt, riding to beat the band in the other direction. Like, going towards you.
Okay.
And as they're coming towards you, one sort of gestures over to you guys, out of the way.
How sturdy is this carriage?
Why do you want to die so badly? I don't get it.
No, I want to trample these guys, because we got to get to Captain Butt so we can blow up his carriage.
Yeah, these guys are just basically saying, we need to get by you.
Okay, can we swerve around them and keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just indicating they're not looking to attack you or anything. They just want to go past.
Okay.
But this is where we die. I hope you know that. It was nice. But...
Oh, I'm planning a blaze of glory here, so...
Okay, cool.
It's entirely possible, but yeah.
I got my spells recharged. I'm good.
Okay, I assume you just keep continuing.
Yep.
On your way as you keep galloping along. Pretty soon you can see ahead of you, traveling at a fair but not, or I wouldn't say fast pace, is a very beautifully appointed carriage with the family seal of the Butts emblazoned on its rear. Next to it is one guard on horseback.
Are they going fast? How fast are they going?
No. They're going at, not like a walk, but whatever the one between a walk, a canter, I think, is that what it is?
A trot. I think so.
A trot, yeah, they're trotting.
Okay.
They're engaging in modern trots.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, so once we get the carriage, pulled up alongside of his with the one remaining horse, I figure I'll just pop up out of the back of the chariot, and I can see him, through the window of the carriage, right? I can see that he is in there.
The curtains are drawn. You can make out shadowy shapes that there does appear to be at least 2 people in the carriage. But with the curtains drawn, it's a little bit difficult.
If I did a quick prestidigitation to make a puff of wind push one of the curtains, would I be able to see him that way?
Quite possibly.
And it wouldn't hurt for him to see me, because I'm going to be taunting him as I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do that. I'll do a quick prestidigitation to see push the curtain aside. At this point, he should be hearing a very fast chariot galloping up beside him. All of a sudden.
Yep. The wind on the inside of the carriage blows that, and you do get a brief glimpse in, and you see a guard, and you look, and sitting across from the guard is in fact one Captain Mr. Reginald Butt.
Hello there, Captain. Long time no see. And then I'm gonna point my hand down at the carriage wheel, fire off chain lightning, which it hits one target and then splinters off to hit 3 more targets. Each one makes a dex saving throw. If not, it takes 10d8 lightning damage. And And I'm going to fire at the wheel, hitting 2 wheels, the horse with the guard on horseback, and Captain Butt himself.
You hit one of the guards, like.
I don't know if it hit the guard or the horse, or... I'm just trying to disable that one on horseback.
We haven't rolled initiative or anything. I can just get a quick firebolt in.
Okay, yeah, if you want to shoot the other one that's across from him in the carriage. Because I pushed the curtain so we could see both of them.
Alright, let's start off with the guy on horseback. Did that beat a 16? A 12?
Nope.
Well, I mean...
Okay.
Not in our math. So I assume the wheels aren't going to make a dex save.
And Captain Butt doesn't save either. They're all just basically caught kind of flat-footed by this. They they're basically just sort of like, huh?
Weren't expecting that. Okay, so, guard on horseback, 57 damage. Captain Butt, 48 damage. And the wheels took 48 and 50 damage.
Okay, and Reggie, how much did you have, Reggie? Where the fuck did I put your HP, you twat? Oh, right, of course, because I wanted to be funny.
69 HP.
Yep.
Yeah, this is more than half
Better
that
than
now.
420.
420 is the final boss.
2 of the wheels of the carriage explode, and that's kind of neat.
Another lightning bolt shoots up through the floor of the carriage, through Captain Butt.
And it hits Captain Butt directly in the balls. Like, it just... and it exits through his head. He goes from looking surprised to just being so completely singed, and now more than likely can't have babies.
Oh, that won't be a problem for him.
He'd need at least a limited wish spell to fix those gonads. He also looks extremely close to dead, honestly. And then the other lightning bolt goes and it strikes that guard. And honestly, it looks like it hits him basically about as hard, but whereas Reginald Butt is, well, let's face it, he's a pencil pusher. And this guard is a highly trained professional. He, basically just sort of like, after like, in the initial, sort of like shrugs it off a little bit, looks over at you guys, and draws his sword. And then, Kirsten, you have time for basically a concurrent action before we actually would have to do initiative.
It's 21 hit the guard in the carriage.
Yes, it does.
Nice.
21 does hit him.
Man, that's 4 damage.
Whoa. Okay, you shoot a fireball at him, which, I gotta admit, he's really annoyed by.
Yeah.
Because it got like a little bit of ash on his lapel. At which point, the carriage crumbles to a halt, and that guard immediately leaps out of the carriage and puts himself between you and the carriage. And the other guard basically rides over. And, I don't think I've really fully described it. This chariot is really a large chariot. It is open-topped. So, being in the chariot doesn't mean you're, like, in an enclosed space.
Yeah. No, but we can...
Yeah, and you can engage in regular melee combat from it, but you can also be engaged in regular melee combat from it. So, yeah.
But we're gonna continue riding in circles around the carriage, I assume. So the guy on foot can't get to us.
Yeah, we'll circle around,
My initiative is... Oh, I think I'm pretty high up. It's a 16. You just gotta be better at everything.
I really want to kill this guy.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
You're an eager little beaver.
I have a
is
murder
what you are.
It's not okay. It's really not okay.
Guard number 1, 12. Guard number 2, 7.
Good.
This is going to be as much of a boss fight as it's just going to be a drive-by murder.
Okay, yeah, so turn order will be Eliza, It, guard on horseback, guard on foot, and Captain Butt.
Actually, it's a guard on foot and then guard. on
Oh, okay.
horseback.
Number 1 is the one inside.
I want to see him get to us. I really want to see that.
He's gonna spend his turn running.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
So outrageous to toe